Doesn't matter how your agent dresses. So on the first episode of BYG, it's probably pretty much how I dress, but I dress like this. So you might get me the first time you meet me if I'm your agent. Hell, I might be in a pencil skirt, a tight shirt, who knows. And then once you really get to know me, you get me like this. Literally, I have tennis shoes on, sweats. You guys have t-shirts and shorts. Is this how you guys normally go out? Are you guys ready today?
I'm ready today.
You guys are ready today?
I'm always
excited.
ready.
Well, I'm ready.
Born ready. This right here, born ready every day.
Well, guys, hey there. Welcome to episode 2 of Backyard Gossip.
That's right.
I am your co-host, Maisha Fair.
I'm Elias Black.
I'm Jeremy Rangel.
And he said it just so nicely.
Oh my God. Can
so
we
you
just
guys
talk about
know,
that?
He is Mexican. He might be a little afraid of not Mexican, but he's Mexican.
Okay, wait. I have to talk about the name because it is my name too. It's hyphenated. I just don't use it in my business.
Oh,
but
that's true.
It is.
It is.
But my husband does never pronounce his name with an accent, or in Spanish, I should say.
That's not true. I do when I'm around family.
Lies. Anyways, it's usually, hi, I'm Jeremy Rangel. I'm like, what?
How do you normally say it?
I do say Rangel.
And the pronunciation in Spanish would be Rangel.
Well, that's not as easy to respond.
How do you say
oh my
fair in
gosh.
Spanish? Is there a fair? Oh, go ahead. Take
I'm
your
so
call.
sorry, you guys.
So the great thing about our videos is that we answer our phone during our vlogs. So
What'd you say?
That's what he
Because
did.
he rudely interrupted us, but you know. What'd you say?
I do say my last name. Oh, how do you say fair in Spanish?
Can you say fair in Spanish?
I don't know how to say fair in Spanish.
So you're not Mexican.
Oh my gosh.
Are
It's
you?
not about the,
Can you speak Spanish?
I don't think it's the,
I'm asking. Hold on. Can you speak Spanish?
Welcome to BYG.
Can you speak Spanish?
so, okay.
I mean, I can speak Spanish. I don't speak it fluently. I understand it 100%.
He does.
I just can't
And just so
speak
you
it.
guys know, too, the kind of funny, he's Mexican. Elias is mixed Mexican and black.
I am.
Afro-Lat-
As are you.
Afro-Latinos?
What
Is that what that...
We are.
I said mixed. What is Afro Latino?
I don't know.
So we're
There's so many labels now. So we
different era.
Yeah, because I'm mixed Mexican and
You
black.
aged yourself.
Oh,
I did?
Yeah, but that's okay.
All right.
I think the modern term now is Afro-Latino or,
I'm mixed.
yeah.
Two races.
But we're not talking about that.
Mexican
Today
and
on
black.
BYG, we are talking about,
What are we talking about? Just kidding. No,
well,
we're
welcome to BYG, first of all.
Yes,
Because
yes.
Here at BYG, we talk about anything and everything related to real estate. And why? Because it's our show, and that's what we get to do.
let's get into it.
Yeah, and it might not even be real estate related. Just kidding.
So
No.
today,
What did I just say?
let's talk about it. Today, I don't know if you can see my shirt if it's translating through the video, but it does say 0 BS. Now,
Yeah.
go ahead.
All right. So today on BYG, we are going to talk about our attire, how agents dress. And obviously, we live in Arizona, so most people out here, for the most part, have no clothes on, especially in the summertime, right? Well, you can't see right now, but maybe they'll do a shot. We have a gorgeous pool. And if I wasn't shooting, I might be in their damn pool right now because it looks amazing and gorgeous and looks luscious.
Right.
Just kidding. But for the most part, people in Arizona, when it's hot, you know, we don't want to dress up. At least I don't.
Right. Especially me. Well, I don't either because there's a lot of times, well, even now, like my legs are sweating as I'm crossing my legs. Yeah.
TMI, but go on.
It's not TMI. It's like valuable information for people to know that
True.
my pink parts are moist.
Oh, little too much.
Okay, maybe
little
not
too
my
much.
pink parts.
A little too much. But let's just say, all right, for you guys out there, do you think it really matters for them, or you guys tell us too? Does it matter how your agent dresses? So
That's a great question.
on the first episode of BYG, it's probably pretty much how I dress, but I dress like this. So you might get me the first time you meet me if I'm your agent. Hell, I might be in a pencil skirt, a tight shirt, who knows. And then once you really get to know me, you get me like this. Literally, I have tennis shoes on, sweats. You guys have t-shirts and shorts. Is this how you guys normally go out?
Yeah, great question. So, degree weather in the summer in Arizona. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Right. I agree. I'm with Elias. I don't really So he probably is probably a little bit dressed differently. Wear the same thing, polo, shorts, tennis shoes to showings.
Even on your new clients, so when someone meets you?
So it depends. So like if I know the client, like if they came to me and they were like, hey, I know you, or I got a referral from somebody else and they knew me, I'm probably going to show up the way I was with the agent that with the client that referred me. So if I was wearing shorts predominantly the entire time, then I'm going to wear shorts to the first meeting. Okay. I don't want to give them the idea that I'm some stuffy agent and then they feel uncomfortable.
So do you think Steffi is dressed up? Do you think agents are more stiff? Because sometimes I do dress up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I will dress up, and I don't think that it changes who I am.
Maybe I shouldn't say stuffy, because that's my idea. Like, if I have to dress up, then maybe they're expecting a certain type of agent, right? That's my idea behind it. But you're right, it doesn't matter like how you come dressed, at least in my opinion, it doesn't matter how you come dressed to show a client anything.
I don't think it really matters. I think oftentimes, I mean, there have been times, Jeremy just experienced it several times in the last week, where he didn't have anything scheduled that day, meaning showings or home inspections or things of that nature. So he was running around town doing, errands and stuff, and got a call from a client like saying, hey, I'm sorry, emergency, can you go to my house and meet a contractor there?
Oh yeah, that
and so Jeremy is literally, I think he was, you tell it, I think he was coming home from the gym and had gym clothes on.
Yeah, so I had bright blue shorts on with a maroon hoodie and colorful shoes, because I came from the gym.
Just looking raggedy.
I was like, yeah, I'll go meet the contractor, I just gotta let him in. And then during that time, it took longer for the contractor to be there, so I had a couple of clients reach out and say, hey, can you show me these homes? And I had to tell them, hey, this isn't normally how I'm dressed. I'm coming straight from the gym, and I look a little bit, messy, if you will, quote unquote.
That makes sense. But
they didn't mind. At the end of the day, they were like, no, that's fine. I don't care. They just want to see the home.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters, though. At the end of the day, I really don't think it matters. Most of my clients dress similar to what I do. And we have clients at all ends of the spectrum. So, down here to up here, it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. Everyone gets the same level of service from me. And more interesting to me is that even the clients, with on the higher end of the purchase price spectrum, even those clients dress like I do. Okay. They're not
That's true.
wearing a suit when I show up to show them, a $2 million house. They're not wearing that. That's just not what they're doing.
Right.
They're dressed more casual. Sometimes they're more casual than I am. So I don't think it really matters.
Well, today, guys, we are still in Gilbert, in Jeremy and Elias's backyard. We're going to talk about some neighboring areas that are next to you guys in Gilbert. So, what's the closest two cities to you guys? And in those cities, I mean, obviously we're distance from Scottsdale, where I'm going to say, people who think high end are thinking Scottsdale, PV, Cave Creek. Those areas were kind of a little distance from there. But we're going to talk about, some Chandler and what else is next to you guys. And in those areas, do you think consumers, based on being say you show in South Phoenix or in Chandler or Gilbert, do you think the clientele out here is more likely to expect you to dress a certain way versus some other areas? Or is it just general, it doesn't matter? So if you show up in Scottsdale, you're still showing up? Because for me, this right here, I'm literally in sweats. I mean, very thin. It is kind of warm, but this material is great. But do you think it really matters, you know what I mean, in the area in which? So a Chandler, we're going to kind of talk about Chandler. Does that really matter?
Well, let's talk about Chandler first, quick second. The median home price in Chandler is $580.
So even higher than Gilbert?
No, actually no.
No, Gilbert is slightly higher. Gilbert's median price is $650.
Okay. Oh, that you said
as
that
of today,
before.
yeah.
Okay.
So when you go into Chandler, and there's great things in Chandler, right? So they have the amazing downtown. If you guys haven't been, go check it out. It's cool. It has something for everyone: restaurants, pubs, bars, family activities. Chandler's Center for the Arts is down there, which I think is really, really great for people who love arts. But you have $1 million homes really anywhere in the valley.
Right.
I mean, different parts of the valley. There's a $1 million home, no matter what zip code, or I take that back, not zip code, what city you're in, you can find $1 million home. And I think it all depends on who your client is. You have to know your client. Now, if you didn't know your client and you're showing up to $1 million, first you got to make sure they have a pre-qual, because you shouldn't be showing $1 million homes just blindly.
So wait, you guys don't show if they don't have a pre-qual?
We have a conversation.
Okay.
We do have a conversation. If they don't have a pre-qual, cool. Do you have proof of funds? I can't just be showing you $1 million homes.
But at the end of the day, you guys don't. You based your attire based on your client or who they are, or is it? Are you guys just who you are?
I think we are just who we are naturally.
Okay.
Now, I will say this: if I'm, meeting some client, most of our business is 100% referral, and it's people we know, friends of friends, family, all that kind of stuff. 100% referral business, and I know a lot of agents work 20 years to have that, and we've had that since day one. Little bit of a unique thing.
Are you trying to throw shade at me?
No, it's not, because you do it too. You haven't.
I'm just joking.
No, but. I think so the difference with that is 9 times out of 10 when we're meeting a client, it's usually someone we know, or it's a client who it's their mom or their brother, their sister, their aunt, or whatever. And so the aunt, we probably already met them when they bought the relative's home. So we probably already met them, we just may not know them. So usually they already know what we're like. They know that we joke and have fun and we do selfies and all kinds of post social media stuff as we're going through the purchase process. So they already know. Now, I will admit, in certain circumstances, I may meet a client that I may encounter a client that I've never met. It's not a referral from somebody I know. And sometimes I'll put on slacks and maybe a polo, but I'm not doing the whole suit and the coat and a tie, and it's Arizona. It's just not. So
happening. Let me ask you guys this.
Sure.
Let's just say you got someone calling you for a listing appointment. You've never met them.
Yep.
And they tell you, hey, I'm going to interview 3 other agents.
Sure.
At that point, are you changing the way you look, or do you? Because I know for me, and that maybe it's a little different for me. When my clients know me, I'm dressed like this. And not obviously. So, but heck, you might get me in a t-shirt and jeans. You might get me in, and I'm known for flip flops. So I'll throw on a pair of sandals quick, because Arizona's hot. But when you're going to compete for a listing, does that change any of that? Does that change? You know what I mean? Are you going to present yourself a different way based on, I know I'm competing compared to, I know these
multiples.
people. Yeah, if your business is generally referrals from your clients and they know you, that's different than, you know what I mean?
Now
I'm
you're
out
going
here
to
trying to compete. So
Correct.
do you change that?
I would say that's probably a situation or a circumstance where I would probably dress up a little bit. And again, I'm not doing the full suit. I'd probably put on a nice pair of slacks, some dress shoes, and a polo shirt and call it a day. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm not selling what I'm dressing. I'm selling your home. I'm selling me.
And
I'm selling what I can do for you.
That again for the people in the back.
I'm just saying, this is what happens.
Yes.
And truly, when I meet with clients, and to take your scenario, I'm meeting a client I've never met before. It's a listing, and they've already made me aware that they're interviewing 2 other agents. And so now I have competition. Okay, that's fine. I'm still going to dress the way I would. I'll probably put on some slacks and a polo. Cool. But again, when I get there, it's not a super duper done up formal presentation. I'm going to be me. I'm going to talk about what I can do for you, how I can do it better than anybody else, how I'm going to get your house sold for more than anybody else, and how we're going to have a good time as we go through the process. We're going to have fun. We're going to laugh. My job as your agent, buying or selling side, is to help you find a home, help you find the home of your dreams, or sell your home, make the most amount of money possible for you, and to have fun and remove as many barriers to the process as possible. That is my job.
And your attire has nothing to do with that,
Zero
right?
to what I'm wearing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, now, let's just be clear. I'm not going to show up in PJs and, a tatted shirt. And, I'm not doing all that.
Well, I will.
Well, and that's fine.
Just kidding. But I will possibly, there's times, like you said, I've been at the gym and somebody will call me, this house just came on the market. And I'm like, I haven't showered. I'm in gym clothes. Are you okay with that? Because that's how I'm coming. And the majority of the time, people are fine with that, I think.
I will give you one example, and I think this is a class for the topic. This is a perfect example. I've only ever had one client that gave feedback, and I didn't even get the feedback you did.
I did?
Yeah, so it was.
We went to the same listing appointment.
No, not that one.
Oh.
Not that one. That is that one. But she ended up getting it.
Yeah.
But we were working together.
I know.
And
You
we
guys-
all, so
I
it
know.
was fine.
Yes, it worked out, but kind of weird.
So,
but yeah.
But back to the topic. The only time I've ever had someone bring up like, hey, you know, what are you wearing? And it was a mutual client. It was an investor client of yours, and I assisted on that. I think I did the showings and you did the paperwork. I don't remember how we split it up. But it was an investor. They bought somewhere out in like the Casa
Arizona
Grande
City.
area. Yep,
Oh,
Arizona
I know
City.
exactly who you're talking about. Yes.
Love him, by the way.
Yes.
But
No names. We're not
no
gonna share
names.
his name.
No. But you
Yes.
had mentioned after the fact. So I went and met him in what I normally wear. I think it was summer. It was warmer. It was the warmer months for sure. I had shorts on and a polo. And then I think you commented. He's like, hey, something. I met your guy. And I don't remember what your words were, but it was basically like he wasn't a typical realtor dress. That was in 7 years. That is the only feedback I've ever heard of it.
Really?
Ever.
Which is weird because I've known this guy. Obviously,
Well,
I've known him forever.
correct.
He's seen me in jeans and t-shirts
Yep.
and gym clothes.
Yep.
And so kind of funny. Maybe he just wasn't expecting that from somebody else.
Well, the
possibly.
funny thing was we were dressed. He and I were dressed identical. We had the same kind of clothes on, except I had my shirt tucked in and he didn't. That was the only difference. But we got along great. Everything was fine. And throughout the rest of the process, every time we met, I had the same attire on. It never changed. He never skipped a beat. It was professional. It was fun. We laughed. We joked, and we got him what he wanted. So
That's really cool.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think it matters. And just to go back to what he had said, when you go to a listing appointment, you shouldn't be in competition with anybody. Really, you should be in competition with yourself, right? Like, what can you do to market their property that's going to be different than anybody else? Because the other two people that are coming to, to the interview or to have a chance at their listing is they're going to come suited.
Yeah.
They're going to come nice, and you're going to look different. So why be like everyone else and put on a show, and then they do a piss poor job at listing their home?
Do you guys not
shade?
think, but do you
I mean,
guys not
facts.
think, you know how they talk about first impressions and when you first meet somebody? Because and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, if I know I'm going to compete, now at the end of the day, you're right, no one can be me, right?
That's right.
100%.
I'm me, so
100%.
knowing that I will say that's one advantage that I think I have over anyone else. I am who I am.
Yep.
However, if I feel like I have to compete for a listing, it could be first impressions, and they may look at me like, you know what I mean? If I come like this, they might be like, okay, she's talking a good game, but heck, I don't know if I want somebody in gym clothes representing me. So I think for me, sometimes I will go out until I get really comfortable with my client, and then I'll get to dressing different. Obviously, it doesn't change my personality and who I am and all of those things, but I think I kind of do. Hell, maybe that's why I beat you in that one deal. Just kidding.
No, I actually know what it was.
I know what it was.
I know what it was, and it
I know
wasn't
what
that.
it was. I know what it was. It wasn't.
But we
that.
both got the listing together. But anyway, it worked
Yes,
out.
it was. But I know exactly what it was.
But do you think consumers, so we're talking from agent
Yes.
to agent.
Yes.
Do you think consumers really pay attention to, I'm just going to say it. So like anybody can go on TikTok and put on scrubs and say they're a doctor.
Sure.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Anybody can put on a suit on these social media platforms and
Yep.
say, hey, I'm a realtor,
Yep.
and they trust them, right? They're giving them bullet points. They're not really doing the work for them. They're just giving them bullet points. So do you really think that consumers really take that into consideration when they're looking at these people on social media? Like, oh, they're a trustworthy real estate agent because they're wearing a suit? Or do you think, I guess it depends on the person, do you think they gravitate towards people that look like them, who talk like them, who are normal like them, quote unquote?
So I think that's actually a good point. I think things have changed, right? Social media has allowed us to do that, and I think what people are looking for is looking for people who are more authentic. They want someone, just like you said, that looks and feels and can relate to me, right? So I think those things have changed.
I
So
agree.
the old days where people were wearing suits and ties and some of that stuff, I think they want someone that's a little more relatable, and social media has allowed that to happen.
True. I also tell my clients too, like, we've entered. What is this? April. We already entered the busy season for real estate in this market, and so it's what I'm not thinking. We're high 90s today.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks, we're going to be 105, 103, whatever. It's going to be hot. And when I'm scheduling showings, and it doesn't matter what time, if it's 6 p.m. or if it's 2 p.m. at high noon, I'm telling my clients, hey, I'll meet you at the first property. Here's the address. And by the way, wear comfortable shoes, dress comfortable. It's going to be hot. By the way, we may be entering homes that don't have the AC turned on. A lot of times we find those vacant homes or what have you, no AC. Sometimes there's no utilities.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hot, and it's hotter inside than it is outside.
That's true.
So I tell them up front, hey, dress comfortable, wear comfortable shoes. I'll see you there. Here's the address, and I wear what I wear, and we're good. And stuff. 9 times out of 10, again, they end up dressing just like me.
Yeah.
And sometimes they put on, sometimes they say, or you see these agents in suits and they put on a good game, right? But then these people get in transactions with them and they're like, I've never talked to them. I never spoke to them. I never communicated with them at all. I dealt with somebody totally different. So
dressed differently.
Right.
Yeah.
So really, I mean, does it really matter what an agent looks like anymore?
It doesn't.
I don't think so.
100%
but
it doesn't.
That goes into kind of funny when I first started, and I'll throw no names out there, but when I first started in real estate, I thought I had to be with a big company, a company that had a big name. And that was important because I thought, you know what I mean? It's a company. And at the end of the day, and what I found out is what my clients are saying is they didn't care who I hung my license with. Do you know what I mean? They're like, we're buying a house with you. So I guess if you really take it into perspective, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Because even the big companies, it doesn't matter. We're selling ourselves.
Exactly.
So one of the things I will say to all of you guys is when you call us, you DM us, all of those things, you will get one of us.
Yeah.
You will get one of us. And I think that's one of the cool things about us as individuals. So yeah, you won't see these guys in suits and ties, and you won't see me in dresses all the time. I mean, I'll wear little summer dresses, but you won't see us completely dressed up. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not that agent who comes out with a ton of makeup. And do you know what I mean? I'm a little more naturalish, you know what I mean? And trying to be ourselves. And I think that's one of the things that makes us different as people in general. So, like always, we are so excited to have had you guys join us for BYG. Again, just know we are in the state of Arizona. We work all of Maricopa County, Pinal County. We work Arizona. So if you want to do business in Arizona, please reach out to us. And if we are not able to help you in Arizona and you're in California, New York, we don't care where you are in the world. We have amazing agents that we can refer you to.
Absolutely. And please subscribe, comment, DM us. Let us know what you guys want to see, what you want to hear, what we want to talk about. And we'll bring some guests in. We're excited. I probably shouldn't announce it, but we might be interviewing some agents soon.
Oh, yeah. Tell us where you want to go. We're actually going to be going to some other states.
Yes.
So we'll be able to
So
tell
we're
you what's
super
happening
excited.
to other markets. And I'm excited because I don't know what's happening in all these other markets. Right?
So if you're a real estate agent or a buyer or a seller, and you want to see us in your state, or you want to be interviewed with us, let us know in the comments, DM, message us, call, text, whatever you need to do, and we'll see you soon on the next BYG. Get the tea on the next BYG.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.